All right, greetings and salutation, everyone. Welcome to the Crypto Truth, where I give you the truth as I see it. All right, so I've been really busy as of late. I've been doing a whole lot of things today. I was gone all day today, pretty much. Just got back home, and I always listen to. I think I've told you guys already. You know, I listen to a lot of YouTube. Uh, I'm a YouTuber, but I also like listening to other content, what other people have to say, even in my comments as well. I love communicating. I love learning about new things, and there's a certain trend that I'm like, okay. You guys get that feeling. You guys know when you're like, you receive some juicy information and you're like, oh man, I have got to tell such and such. Like, this is crazy. Okay, I kind of had that feeling, but it's not about anything new, right? This is about something that we have known about for a very long period of time, but also we understand that this is going nowhere. So after this video, I'm going to have a prediction video, but not just a prediction video on prices, but I'm actually going to have a prediction video on exactly what's going to happen, because everybody loves predictions, right? Everybody loves these and the tarot cards and stuff like that. So I'm going to give you guys, I'm going to connect myself to the earth. I'm going to connect myself to the energy of the universe, and I'm going to give you guys my best prediction of the whole entire cryptocurrency market, how it's going to affect the world, including different parts of the country, especially the United States of America. So be on the lookout for that. So here's what I found out. I was listening to Kitco News, right? And on Kitco News, and this is a recent one, so you guys can just put in Kitco and then you guys can hear this. So they had this guy on there. He's talking about Bitcoin being it's gonna crash El Salvador, right? And he was being asked a lot of questions by the guy that was asking questions about Bitcoin, and just kind of the interviewer. He was just interviewing this guy. I don't even remember his name. I saw it so quick. He's not even important. The important thing is that it just so seems like, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, it just so seems like we have all of these old people. Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell a story after this, but it seems like we have all of these old people, right? That are, it's a scam. It's for criminal activity. You can't use it. You can't buy a cup of coffee with it. It's too volatile. All of these things, right? And it always seems like it's the old people. Now, I'm not trying to get into races or anything like. You know what? I'm not even going to go into that. But the point is there are a lot of old people, and they talk about gold and they talk about tangible things, right? And I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. And I'm like, why do they continue? And I think Kitco is pretty much pro Bitcoin, but why do they continue to interview these people that have no clue what was going on? The questions were being directed to this old guy, and I'm saying old not to be discriminatory, but I'm saying old as in, he's an old white guy. That's all I know. I didn't even bother to look up his name. I probably should. I apologize for that, but I'm just going off right here. So anyway, he was asked about, okay, so what would happen if Bitcoin was used as a everyday purchases and you can buy stuff with it? And he says, well, you're getting into speculation and you're getting into what ifs and something. I forgot how he says it, but he was like, I don't do that. But 3 minutes before, he was just saying that the economy is going to crash. El Salvador is going to crash because of this, with no evidence whatsoever. Zero. And he gave no evidence. So what he's doing is he's speculating on what's going to happen. Why? Because that's all he can do. And that's all many people can do, is sit there and speculate. If you're in the crypto space, you are a speculator. Okay? That's just is what it is. If you're living life, you are a speculator. If you're in the stock market, you're a speculator. If you look at the dollar bill or any fiat currency, you speculate the dollar bill or any cryptocurrency that's available there. Sorry, but that's the truth. Okay? So, all right. So, I wanted to tell you guys, I really don't understand why we have so many people, and I do understand, but I want you guys to understand something. There is a consistent, the numbers are being extremely skewed when it comes to age and when it comes to the adoption of cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin and education, right? So a lot of the old people are like, oh, he's not educated. And they always say things like, a lot of people always say things like, well, you need to say this word right, or that word isn't used right, or that word isn't used properly. They're over here arguing in Congress about infrastructure, the term infrastructure, or the dictionary meaning of infrastructure. They're arguing about that. Are you kidding me? So, and a lot of adults, and I'm saying this for a reason, a lot of adults, a lot of older people, and I'm saying adults for a reason because I know I'm an adult, but a lot of older people, they focus on the most unnecessary things ever. Like, why are you focusing on that when you got bigger problems on your hand? Why are you speculating on something that you don't even believe in? If you have a comment and you want to, and I know people want to feel like they're a genius because that's what they want to, hey, you know what? I don't blame them. I had a whole I told you so video, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, this is going to happen. I already know. So I get that feeling. I know that feeling and it feels good, but it has to happen first. It has to happen. So we have a lot of people speculating, oh, Bitcoin's going to go up, Bitcoin's going to go down. Oh, my God. You got all this stuff. And you got all these things about the cryptocurrency projects. Here's the truth. Many people out there, including people who are so-called in the crypto space, are extremely uneducated. And I hate to say this to you. No, I don't hate to say it. I'm just trying to help you out. Get educated and do your own research. So I'm going to quickly say, a quick story real quick. So I had my son, and my son was doing something, and I forgot what it was, but he was like, I can't do that. And I asked him why. And he's like, I was told not to do that. And I said, did you ask why? See, back in the day, a lot of people raise their children, you just do what I tell you to do. And that's why after generation, we've gotten to the point to where the politicians just tell people, or rich people or popular people just tell people, hey, you just do what I tell you to do. And I expect, or say some things, and people just believe it. They just believe it. Why? They've been conditioned ever since a young age to say, hey, you know what? I'm just going to do whatever I'm told to do. I'm going to believe whatever it is. And that's just going to be that. You guys, these, sometimes I know some of you guys aren't from the United States of America, but over here in the country, we have a lot of people and they're like, well, we just do things this way. That's the way we do it. Oh, and by the way, that has nothing to do with this hat. I really like this hat. I went to a rodeo and, me and my girlfriend went to a rodeo, excuse me, not radio. We went to a rodeo, got rained out, but I got this awesome hat and I really like it. So you guys probably will be seeing this more often. So that just is what it is. Anyway, so we have a lot of country people, people in the country, or people, and not that they're uneducated as far as not knowing, how to speak or how to write, arithmetic, all of that good stuff, but really uneducated when it comes to the technology, what it does, what the purpose is, and also the reason why technology actually increases and what we can use it for, how we can make it more efficient, right? A lot of people are extremely inefficient in the way they live their lives. I'm not going to get into that. That's something that I really could get into it, but I'm not going to get into it because we're talking about cryptocurrency and we're talking about, just cryptocurrency and the finance. By the way, I am not a financial advisor. So, get your financial advice from your CPA or whoever you have professional. I'm not a professional advisor. I'm not a professional anything. I'm just a regular guy who likes to educate himself and encourages everyone else to educate themselves, but also encourage to have a talk about cryptocurrencies, because I believe that we can all help each other and we can all help educate each other, right? So anyway, I asked my son, going back to my son, I said, hey, why are you doing things this way? And he said, that's what I was told to do. And I'm like, did you ask why? And the reason why I told my son, I said, look, when you live in this life, you need to know exactly why you're doing things. Now, as far as while you're working, or let's say you're working on an aircraft or something, and someone say, hey, stop, you don't be like, hey, well, why should I stop? Hey, that could be a time where your head might get blown off, or, the propellers could be nearby, or whatever. Who knows what's going on? So you always have to be aware of your situation. But in reality, and most of the time, when we tell kids no, or so a lot of adults tell kids things, they don't exactly explain. And they're like, oh, well, you're too young to explain. But then when you hit, when children hit, teenagers, they 13 to 18 or whatever it is, now they're not just learning from you, they're learning from other people. But now it's too late. You can't teach them nothing. Why? Because not only did you not tell them anything, but your lifestyle doesn't portray anything that will be beneficial to them as a child, right? So, not telling everybody how to raise their kids. We all raise our kids differently. I get it. Okay? I understand. So, but I will tell you this. The more involved you are in educating your children at a young age, the better off that they're going to be. So when my son or my kids are looking at the news, or Fox News or CNN or whatever, and they're running across somebody and they make a statement, and they need to ask themselves, why? Why say that? Why say it that way? And what is the purpose of it? So again, now we're going to get back into the cryptocurrency space, right? So when it comes to cryptocurrency, we need to ask ourselves, why are these people saying these things? Why are they doing these things? Because it just doesn't make any sense. And a lot of people, they want to get upset, but the reality of it is that there are a lot of people. Here's something, and this is very, very true. I'm going to let you guys know I was taking a certain path of how I want to contribute to society, right? Because I believe that we all should contribute to society. So I'm actually going to do something totally different. The next video is going to be a prediction video, crazy prediction video. But then the one after that, I'm going to actually explain what I plan on doing along with creating this channel as well. So be on the lookout for that, because I really do feel like, hey, you know what? Information is not free out there. Everyone's looking for a handout. You have all of these. A lot of people are looking for handouts. You can't get any free information out there. Why? Because they want you to pay them. Everything is about paying somebody, right? I believe in educating people, or at least educating people on what I know, giving them the truth of what I know, and then they can go and do their research and move forward from there. So a lot of times, going back to my example with my son, a lot of times we live life just doing things, just breathing, right? We always just breathing, just going through life. We don't ask the right questions. And then a lot of parents want to get upset when their kids say, oh, well, I'm doing this. And then they ask their kids, well, why are you doing that? And they're like, well, my friend or my cousin or my whatever doing that. But a lot of adults are doing the exact same thing right now, especially in the cryptocurrency space. Hey, I was just talking to somebody, just letting you know, I was just talking to somebody. I was playing Overwatch, and I was talking to this dude, pretty cool dude. And he was like, yeah, I follow, I've heard about cryptocurrency, and he's like, yeah, I heard about Dogecoin. He's like, yeah. I'm like, man, look, I explained, I gave him the whole scenario about Dogecoin. And he's like, yeah, but isn't it real now? Like, isn't it like a real good cryptocurrency right now? And I'm like, no. And obviously I didn't have time. We're in a game, we're playing a game and different things like that. We don't have time to sit here. I'm not going to sit here and explain a whole thing. I didn't even tell him about my channel. I didn't even go back. I'm not doing all that. I'm there to play video games. I'm not there to talk about cryptocurrency. So, but it just amazes me and this was a younger kid, you know, probably a younger adult, and it just amazes me of how conditioned we are to not ask questions. And not only that, instead of complaining about everything, how about we have solutions to something? You know, I'm going to get into basketball. Many of you guys may not know a guy by the name of Allen Iverson. So Allen Iverson was a really good basketball player, one of my favorite basketball players. He had the swag, he had everything. And one of the things, he's a shorter basketball player, obviously not under 6 foot, but you know, I'm not even gonna get into that because that's a whole nother analytics thing. But the point is that Allen Iverson, they had a nickname for him. They called him the Answer, right? Why did they call him Answer? Because every time somebody would shoot the ball and make a three, he'd come back down and go, all right, you got a three? All right, do a little step back, you know what I'm saying? And throw up a shot, and now he got a three, you know? They called him the Answer. So you need to start having answers. You can't just complain about everything. Oh, well, he made a 3-point shot. He did this. He did that. He did that. He's ruining the economy. Everything else in between. You got to have an answer for it. And that's the problem with a lot of the politicians right now. They don't have answers. They have speculations of what they're doing things, of how they do things, but they have no real concrete evidence of certain things. But at the end of the day, there's so many things messed up in all across the world that there's no data for it, right? There's no data for what's happening right now. So why, when these politicians and they have these meetings and different things like that, why don't we hear every little word that they're saying so we can find out exactly what makes sense? Not about, you know, safety and security, not about things like that, but we're talking about serious things like maybe social issues, you know? We have a lot of social problems over here in the United States of America, right? And I don't understand why we can't just sit down and have a nice little round table and say, hey, you know what? Let's talk about this. And we're here. It's on record. We have a video. Everybody's voice is being heard. Now, let's get down to the nitty gritty and let's solve this problem. Don't happen, does it? I'll tell you why it don't happen. Because there's something else going on behind the scenes. Now, I don't have concrete proof or evidence for that specifically, but there's a little thing called common sense. And right now, the people in the crypto space don't have any common sense whatsoever. Majority of people do not have common sense. And I'm going to explain why. So I wanted this video to be short, but you guys know how I am. My videos aren't very long. So we have a lot of people in the cryptocurrency space, right? When I joined the cryptocurrency space, and I didn't have any funds. I didn't have anything to invest in it when I wanted to. I got shot down. That's another time for another day. I already told my story billions of times. But so I had an opportunity to, when I actually dug deeper into Bitcoin and educated myself on Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies and blockchain, right? And I'm trying to understand and wrap my head around it. I'm like, oh, well, why don't I do a little bit more research in this? Oh, okay, why don't I do a little bit more research in this? How is it going to affect my world? How is it going to affect the society, right? So we have a lot of people who, they just like, oh, well, you know, that's a scam. It's not real. Everything goes well. But did you do your research? No. Do you understand what it is? No. All right. Okay. Makes no sense whatsoever. We have so many people, and I was going to use that example, but you know, we have so many people out there. It's like going out and you want to buy a car. You tell the salesman, hey, you know, I want to buy a car, and you go out there and they ask you, so what kind of car you at? Well, I don't know. But what specifics? Do you need CD players, or do you need this? Do you need that? Like, what is it that you need to help you get on your way, to help you? Do you need to travel far? Do you travel close? Do you need some with good gas mileage, everything like that? Oh no. We got so many people like that. Are you kidding me? We have an opportunity in the financial world to use this vehicle, and you have to know where you want to go and how you're going to get there. You have to do your own research because everybody's car is different. Some people are riding Bitcoin. Some people are riding Ethereum. I'm riding Holochain. What are you riding on? What have you done your research on? What do you believe in? These are things that's extremely important. That's going to help you get in the vehicle and go about your way. But if you go to a car place and you be like, well, I know that you can use the vehicle, but I don't know. It's not, I can't move it around the way I want to move it around. And yeah, it could probably get me from point A to B, but it's just too complicated because I don't know how to drive. So let me get this straight. You go to a car dealership, you want to purchase a vehicle, but you don't know how to drive. Let me get this straight, people. So you want to make money, you want to move forward in life, you want to get where you need to go, but you don't want to educate yourself and understand what you need to invest in so you can make it there. I don't understand, people, and this is what I mean by it does not make any sense. So again, read books. Understand what investors do, long-term investors. And a lot of these investors are long-term investors. A lot of these rich people are long-term investors. I don't understand. For some of you guys jumped out of the market. Now, if you had just held on for about a good month or a month and a half or 2 months, you would have been good to go. The market is now recovering. It's going to go down again one day, and it's going to go back up again one day. And that is what it is until whichever specific cryptocurrency is going to make it, is going to get there. So I don't understand this whole to me, it's common sense. If I want to know something, if I want to learn something, I'm going to educate myself on it, and I'm going to use that vehicle for me, because I'm going to make sure that my steering wheel is adjusted to me, that my seat is adjusted to me, that with the things that I want for entertainment, as far as having the cars don't have CD players anymore, but I'm just saying as far as sound system and everything, it's going to be for me. This is Sirius Radio on there. You know what I'm saying? I don't have Sirius Radio, by the way. I can't afford that. But anyway, is it on there? So these are things that you need to know and you need to understand. And then once you have your eyes set on it, you make sure you educate yourself and find out how to get there. So I know there are a lot of people out there, they love cars, and people are like, win Lambo, win this, everything else. You want a Lamborghini? Well, why don't you educate yourself? And then you save up or you invest and you do whatever it takes so you can get there. But I'm going to tell you what, if you go out there with a slick salesman, he going to sell you something that you can't afford. And now you got yourself in some deep doo-doo because now you don't understand exactly what's going on. It's the same thing. You go into the crypto space, you get into the crypto space, and you want to just go ahead and you want to buy something or whatever, or you heard this or you heard that, or you heard somebody say, oh, well, this is going to go to 100%, 1,000%. And then this crazy guy, he has these predictions and he can predict the future and stuff like that. And you're going to put all your future into these slick car salesmen out there, right? That don't really understand exactly anything of what's going on. The only thing they want is your money. And that's what they're getting right now. A lot of YouTubers are getting your money. A lot of people are getting your money. A lot of these scam artists are getting your money because you refuse to educate yourself on the crypto space. Or you got the wrong information for somebody you trusted. And right now in the crypto space, let's be honest, you can't trust just everybody. You have to educate yourself and say, hey, you know what? That person said something. He said something about Bitcoin. He said, I get 1,000 Bitcoin if I just put in $25 worth of Bitcoin in a month. You know, that sounds good. But you know what? That's cool and everything. Let me find out what Bitcoin is. Let me find out what blockchain is. Let me find out what all this stuff is. And by the way, if some of you guys have older parents and you have family members that just they're not going to get into the crypto space. They're not going to understand everything. What they're doing is they're looking at you and they're trusting you. Hey, son, I heard something about this crazy coin called the Kakashi coin. I use Kakashi coin just to make up. I like anime, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, or you know what? Maybe there's a One Piece coin. Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, you know, Kakashi coin or whatever. It's like, hey, you know, what do you think about that? And I tell them what I think about it. And if they believe me, they don't. But I tell you what, I have a family member, specifically in my immediate family, that said, hey, you know what? I want to get in Doge. I want to invest in Doge. And I'm like, nope, no. It's at what, 60, 65 cents? It was, Doge was at 60, 65 cents. I'm like, no. Educate. Here's what I did. I educated that person, explained to them exactly what was going on, what was happening. And then I said, okay, if you want to do it, you go right on ahead and do it. But I'm telling you not to. I'm out. Peace. And I skirted myself away and got out of the picture. So then what I, later on, right? We all see what happened. We all know what has happened. And now some people have lost half of their value. Now, obviously, I'm a long-term trader, so I don't even really care about the short-term value anyway, because Doge possibly can get to $1, $2. Who the hell knows? I'm not risking it. You can. I'm not. I need something solid. I need something that's going to last me a long period of time. I need something that's going to help me understand, not help me understand, but help me get to where I want to go. Because where I want to go is I want to get out of this whole muddy situation, right? My tires got stuck in the mud and they're continually going and going and going and going and going and going. But I need some plywood in there, and I need something that's going to be stable, something that's going to be firm. So once I get up under that plywood, I'm gone, people. I'm gone. And that's what I need everyone to understand out there. I've been a little bit drained lately. I apologize for lack of videos. Today I had a little bit of energy, so I just wanted to make this video real quick. It's not even a quick video. It's like 26 minutes long, almost 30 minutes, you know. So if you made it this far, I really do appreciate it. I will talk to you guys later. Again, like I said, I'm going to be making a prediction video, my next video, and it's going to, I'm going over everything. So that one might be a little bit long. No, I'm not going to lie. That one's going to be pretty long. So just be aware. All my videos are kind of long in the first place. But you know what I always say? If you can't if you can't put in the time, you don't deserve a dime. But that's just my own personal opinion. Anyway, you guys take it easy. Have a wonderful day. And please, 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 by all means, please stay safe out there. Okay? Bye, you guys.